Hello and welcome to the episode commentary for NewsMakers episode 101 for February 22nd, 2009. I'm Matt Wunderlich, the executive producer and director for NewsMakers, and I'm joined by
Victoria Rose.
The school offers comprehensive
Nicholas DeSantis, head writer and floor manager of the show.
And Stephen Shocket, correspondent and head editor of the show.
So, let's get started. So one thing that our viewers might not know is this was actually not the very first episode that we taped. We originally did a pilot that no one actually saw. Hey, look, it's you, Victoria.
I don't like my shirt.
Wait, this isn't the pilot?
This is the pilot.
No, but this isn't like the original pilot. This is the first episode that Trojan Vision didn't kill us for.
Oh, yeah, we did have to reshoot some.
This is so epic.
The one thing I really love about that turn is you have to look very closely, but Kaylin's turn is so funny.
She's like so like...
I'm gonna go back.
I just realized I did something like physically, and they're not gonna be able to see that.
It's okay.
All of you in DVD land,
Corey's in a bikini.
reverse your remotes and don't talk over me. And then see Kaylin's turn.
We have so much footage from that park that we just didn't use for this.
After we got kicked out from the place across the street.
Yeah.
So you guys don't notice.
I'm wearing shorts.
Oh,
I didn't think
the item of the day is shoes.
Yeah, shoes in the back.
Behind the desk is
Okay, so here's our first story.
Kids, there is no Santa Claus, and welcome to Newsmakers.
I purposely did the no Santa Claus thing because that is one of the TV taboos of never ruin Santa Claus. Same with movies. They do it, however, in the movie Gremlins.
That was a really awkward cut right there.
Don't talk over me. If you've seen the movie Gremlins, which is, I think, rated PG and is pretty much a, young child sort of
Is it
movie,
PG?
they ruin Santa Claus, and it's the most depressing story ever.
I was worried that my little siblings were going to watch this episode, but they already know.
People still believe in Santa Claus?
Ouch.
Well, in Gremlins, what they do is a girl tells a story of her dad dressed up as Santa Claus and got stuck in the chimney and died, and that's how she found out.
Can I point out that dog is really, really cute?
Is that your dog?
No, I just found it online.
I do have a picture of my dog in that costume. That Matt didn't
I have a
do.
picture of
You didn't give it to me. I would have used it if you gave it to me.
You know what stupid spoiled whore means?
I do.
you.
I do know.
It has been revealed that leading up to his death, Saddam Hussein had taken to writing poetry. One of his poems eloquently stated, "Beauty is a
I think a lot of
thing I
people
can
just
truly
missed this
now
joke.
see. The
Yeah,
words
I think
of
some people
love
thought it
are
was like
filling up
real.
me.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Lasted my tours. The
It's
Jews
a Mel
are
Gibson
responsible
reference
all
for
the
those of you
world's
that don't get it.
I think
In
a lot
Nature
of
News,
this
what was
jokes are
supposed
going
to be
to
a
need
banner
Nick
year
just
for
being like,
acorns,
this is
saw
a,
trees nationwide not
Mr.
producing
Tibbs
any
reference,
acorns.
or
A spokesperson for squirrels
So many of these,
said,
I didn't realize squirrels only had one
Michael Phelps
tooth.
has acknowledged that the picture of marijuana is in fact
What
real
an
and has
awesome pun
apologized
there.
to all his fans.
What a dope.
This has upset many, but to others, it's
Did
a
you come up with that
fresh air.
pun?
Finally
Totally.
showing Phelps
Okay.
as a regular person and not the Superman the media often makes of him. What they fail to realize is that
There's actually,
when
I was
regular
watching
person
a
gets the
video, I have
munchies, they eat
a
Subway
file in my
sandwich.
photos
When
folder
Michael
of
Phelps gets the
videos
munchies,
of
he
Nick
eats a
drunk.
Subway tray.
And
There's a lot of those.
Nick is running around in the background. Matt is going, "Hey guys, check out this picture of Michael Phelps. Like somebody just found a picture of him smoking marijuana."
Did you know that
So it's
because
like
your
that
brain
day
is
is
twice as
marked,
small as
but
normal man, you
only
can
in a
take twice
video
as
of
many
Nick being
insults
drunk.
without it affecting you?
All right, great.
Victoria, what has prompted you to make that yummy noise?
I love chocolate.
The
It's just
affordable
a good transition.
and
is a
always
great
delicious
transition.
taste of Hershey's
This is so much better
chocolate.
than the first time, like with that
Sometimes I wish
part.
trees were made of Hershey's chocolate. So when you're walking in the park,
I think
you
it's
just
funny
pick
that every
up and
commentary
use a snack.
thing that Matt said
Really
has
is
been
delicious,
basically,
isn't it?
this is really good. I really like
Floating on a
this.
cloud
That show is awesome.
of puppets.
That show is awesome.
Stop, focus.
That's Nick!
That's me.
Where are you both
I love how
Now-
your hair is different than
Oh,
every
no,
scene.
yeah.
Notice that the next time we see Nick later in the episode,
Cool bag
it
of
looks
floor manager.
completely different.
My hair looks different too.
No, like Nick's wearing different clothes, there's a
Oh.
different camera.
Although it looks like Ben and I do
There's
all
a
the
TV
work
that
by
wasn't there.
ourselves, and let's face it, we do more work than anyone here at Newsmakers. We can actually have a
character
crack
development.
team of reporters
Yeah, those-
slaving
yeah.
under us, tirelessly working for
I feel like their
yourself to
characters have
discuss
kinda
news
disappeared.
imaginable.
No, this was just basically a device in the first episode so we can have them be very,
snazzy video.
crazy
And here's
characters,
ours.
and then later we can bring that
Nick,
stuff
do your
back
job.
as we choose.
Yes,
rather than just like spring it upon the audience in like the 5th
and
episode.
self-proclaimed tool bag.
Makes
I like
sense.
reading
Placing
the
the
prompter
VHS
as she
into a
says it
player
whenever we have a
Now
show.
notice how the videotape falls out of my shirt and makes a
Giving
clang
a thumbs
on
up.
the ground. Boom.
Actually, if I remember right, we didn't have a good clang there. We actually used the clang from a different take.
It's true.
Steven edits for the show. He would know better than
put
me.
in an extra clunk there.
In ancient Greece,
This was pretty epic.
30,000
This
Yeah,
is
this
me
is so
putting
good.
my
of Sapphic Muse spake.
classics major to good use.
Who did that voice?
That's my voice right
That's what I
here.
thought it was. I thought it was yours.
Insisted on.
I knew it was Matt.
Strictly translated, it is an invocation to the gods for the perfect food. But roughly
Where'd you get
translated,
these
it is a
pictures?
prediction
Like
that
Google,
one
like,
day,
Greece
a news team would
statue.
arrive
And then what,
that
you
would
just, like,
literally
filmed
make
them?
the news.
Oh no!
Honey,
We've
pants.
had the Charleston shoot for quite some time.
I guess animate.
But now we
Yeah,
finally
slide
have
from that direction.
The Newsmakers. What was this effect right there, Steven? It's
I just
interesting.
layered 2 shots and faded them. It's the same shot.
Have you noticed that Nina's straight hair? She never has straight hair.
I just want to make sure everybody heard that crunch sound because Matt was very
is the news.
insistent on me adding a
I
crunch
may be
sound.
No, I love this part.
I'm about to butter your bread.
I'm about to butter your bread.
It's great writing.
This beach buddy loves the sand, the sun, and reporting on domestic policy.
Don't let my bikini fool you. I'll press you hard.
Why is she wearing a tie?
Greg Shefts.
I thought it was
You have to clip a
officially
mic on.
declared dead.
Yeah, I thought it was
Poisoning 3
And it's
years
newsy.
ago. This frat boy is back from the grave with only one goal.
I'm gonna roofie the news.
Kaylin Ford, the cutest conspiracy theorist you've
I want to point out
ever
that's to
seen.
see you at USC couches and fold that into a bed.
Asbestos is really a miracle.
The producer of See You at USC does not know that their couches are beds.
That's crazy.
Jack Michaelman, the guy who actually went to
on the board
journalism
behind him.
A lot of funny stuff on the board.
It says class.
I graduated class.
Wait for it to zoom out.
There you go. Journalism.
Harvard, Yale, Princeton, UPenn,
what is it?
Cambridge,
I'm a
Larry
real
King's
report- I am a
Apprentice
real
Academy.
reporter.
This guy
I
sucks.
personally think this guy sucks.
This
guy
is
sucks.
ridiculous.
Nina Pesavento.
That's my head.
Newsmakers senior newsologist.
Yay.
This
Yay.
aspiring actress
Matt
is out
appears
to
in the show
off her
twice.
acting
Both are
chops
just the back of
all
his head.
over Instagram's
Next time's in episode
Wait, where's
3.
the other?
Episode 3. Remember how I didn't want that shot and you're like, no, we're using that shot.
Ben Gallant.
Oh no, episode
This high
2.
school dropout makes
Episode
up for
2
what he
in
lacks in formal
we'll make a
education
note of
with
it.
what he has in basic
Literacy.
I do not
Why do
know
I
my
memorize
lines.
this show? This
What?
is sad.
I have a GED and doing it live.
And Victoria Rose.
Ow.
She's beautiful, talented,
Yeah,
smart,
she really
and
is.
funny.
That is
My
Susan
dad, who, like,
Yoon.
finances
The one thing he
show.
said for you.
Well, he's
He also
technically
did
a
his job.
writer.
It's
He
not
has
the
written
facts.
one joke,
It's the
so
news.
look out for the Susan Yoon joke. It's one of our better ones.
We'll call it out.
Which one is it?
Wow.
I think it's in the
You
second
really are
episode.
amazing.
We sure are.
Awkward.
Production of pornography during the Super Bowl. A representative from Comcast said, "We are deeply sorry."
Is this the
if we
first time we say
offended
penis on the
anyone.
show?
We had no idea.
I think this might be.
First of many.
Penis!
Yeah.
You beat them to the punch.
Whenever
Hi,
Victoria
the
has to
makers
say
of Beanie
penis,
Babies
we always have
has
to
released
reshoot
two
it
new
because she starts
African-American
laughing.
I know,
dolls,
it's
which just
funny.
happen to have the same names as the president's daughters. First Lady Michelle
He
Obama
couldn't- he
calls
could
them
not
Martina
say the
Sweet
name
Sasha and
Malia.
Marvelous Malia dolls in a
Oh yeah. What is it?
release of the Dick Cheney Chew toy, which is
Well, at
fine.
least that's a weird name and not an easy name like Greg Shep.
Seven Japanese men were hospitalized in
It's
intensive
hard to
care
say
units
that.
after eating
You have to
poorly
try
prepared
saying that.
My
food.
least favorite segment, Greg Shuka Waka Waka checks out.
No, try saying it fast. Greg Shep.
Greg Shep checks out.
Greg Shep.
Your average
Greg Shep
Saturday
checks
night,
out.
huh,
See,
Ben?
it's hard.
Well, at least I can get
Alright.
more
That's
than
what she
you,
said.
Victoria.
That you can, Ben. That you can. We now move to news of Barack Obama's cabinet.
See my
All right, let's talk about this.
This joke is terrible.
No. Okay.
Contested only
I
by
personally
his lifelong
think
rival,
Judge Dredd is
In
hilarious.
other cabinet news, Tom
Other
Daschle
people,
recently
including
was
Ben
nominated
and
as
Matt,
Secretary of Health and
don't.
Human Services,
But
claiming that he needs to spend all
when
of
we
his
showed
attention
this
spoiling
video
the
to our
Indian
RA, he laughed out loud at only one joke, the Judge Dredd joke.
What does that say?
That says that I'm hilarious and Matt's wrong.
Or that Michael laughs at everything.
But he didn't laugh at anything but that joke, so...
Just so you know, that Michael is the same person who does the voiceover for the EBK ad in episode 3.
How can you be bisexual for 2
A woman
weeks?
was mauled nearly to death
I didn't
by a
write that joke.
domesticated chimpanzee
Was
earlier
that the
this
Sujin
month.
joke?
That was
No, it was not.
This This is causing
I don't want
We're not going into that.
To the possible side effects.
This used to be a racist joke. We have to change it.
Also, I like how the gun looks like it's pointing at Victoria's head.
Yeah, that's why there's no transition between the chimp and the Rihanna joke.
Yeah.
Are you quite done?
Pawn the replay.
Awkward.
Barack Obama has begun to visit other world leaders.
Here
This
comes
is a part of
Stephen,
Barack's new playdate
right?
diplomacy, where Barack asks
oh,
world
yeah.
leaders to bring little Debbie
I think
snack
as we
cakes,
were
and Barack
filming
brings his
that segment,
favorite
I was
purple
reading
drink.
the words on the
Gatorade?
prompter for
Comment
the
on
first
Barack's
time.
foreign diplomacy.
Yeah, but then we did a couple takes.
Stephen?
Thanks, Victoria.
Wow, Steven's there! How'd he get there?
That's the most formal I've ever dressed for the show.
Rather than accept
And yet never as formal as Matt would want. That's not true in the intro you wore a tie.
He wants to paint himself with the image of the night.
Stephen, can we
He
go on
is
a
the Joe
playdate?
Sixpack. He's
Yeah,
You're a
I
playdate
would love to go on a
expert.
playdate
that
with
he will
you.
appear on
I'm an
the world
expert,
stage.
that's right. I know all about playdates.
Does my mom have to call your mom or what?
Yeah, I gotta make sure I have enough juicy juice.
Yeah, alright, cool.
Oh, this is what'll happen.
Start firing missiles, never calling them back, and
You're never gonna call me back?
to their sister countries.
You're gonna have a great time, but yeah, no, I'm never gonna
It's
call
gonna be
you
a
back.
one-time
honestly
thing.
think that Obama is just using this as a guise to lull them into a false sense of confidence before he starts bombing them.
But
Of course I do. Look, listen, it's quite simple. Barack's normal
I do think it's really funny that in this episode, for some weird reason, everyone looks like 3 years younger than they do in episode 3.
Newsmakers ages
Yeah, we
you.
age.
we age well.
They showed pictures of like Obama like 20 days into his presidency, and already his hair was like going gray. That's what Newsmakers does to you.
Yeah, you guys can't see it, but Matt is actually completely gray.
I'm an old man now.
He was wearing dentures.
It's like Benjamin Button in reverse.
You're saying that Barack is going to drive us back into the ground like Bush did?
Sadly, yes, but we'll go out
I don't really
with style.
believe this. I
As with
just
a slide,
read the
going
words.
down is 90%
Disclaimer.
Steven actually hates slides.
Newsmakers will be right back.
I love slides.
And
Where'd the shoes go?
and I'm not exactly wearing business shoes either.
I think that's okay though, because you're cornbread or corn fat or
White bread.
white bread.
Do.
Cornbread. I like
Commercial
cornbread.
break. La la.
Oh, shoes are bad.
Do.
Is this the same day?
No, because Ben is now wearing jeans.
And I'm wearing
Welcome
shorts
back
and
to
my hair's
Newsmakers.
curly.
For those of you just joining us, Paul Blart Mall Cop ends with Paul being
I like
offered a
this.
job
This is
with
a
the
very
Secret
last minute addition.
I love that joke.
Me too.
Down because he has grown to realize
This is one of my favorite
very
jokes.
happy working in the mall.
We just ruined Paul Blart Mall Cop. Coming
Please
to
don't be
DVD and
upset at
Blu-ray
us,
this
Kevin
summer.
James.
I mean, we already ruined Santa Claus.
Yeah, what
true.
more can we
suspended
really?
relations with us last October because we supplied arms to Taiwan.
Do you think anyone's actually going to make it this far into the commentary?
I think they will. I
If you
will.
do, you can give me a call.
310.
Secret message right now. The first person to email newsmakerstv@gmail.com with the message, with somewhere in the thing, pomegranate, you will get a prize.
All right.
If it's any of you guys, it doesn't count.
Oh, man.
I'm going to send it from my Matt Wunderlich Gmail account.
Oh, yeah, Nick has a Gmail account that's just what mattwunderlich@gmail.com.
Yeah, something like that.
We use it for all kinds of stuff.
I hate you. Like emailing porn stars.
Well, that was for the show.
You know, there's this thing where you can, I forget what it's called, but you can talk to, you press it and you get connected to a random stranger and you just start talking to them online.
Really?
Yeah, and all they see is stranger and you, and then you start talking.
Cool.
Like all over the world.
What I used to use was this website called Payphone Project that would list the numbers of any payphone, just like they would keep adding, and so like I would call, you know, payphones at airports or different
That's
stuff,
so
and sometimes people would
cool.
pick up and you could be like, hey, like, how's it going?
I'd be like, Mom, is that you?
Refrigerator running.
Good one.
It's now time for my favorite part of the show, where we
The color
learn
just
about
changed suddenly.
interesting people and events. Our guest
First
tonight
and only
stars
guest so
stage
far.
the screen and has
I
been
love this
featured
interview
as an
because
extra
it
in
was
the movie Black Panther,
100%
played young
improv,
Brendan
except
Fraser.
for like we had
Yeah.
a list of questions that we could ask, and it was done in one take. And I think it's really
Well, it
good.
is slightly
I think
edited.
it's
Great.
clever,
Just so you
and he
know.
plays
Really?
the
Yeah.
delivery
It was
boy
like
in the infamous infamous.
It was much
It was
longer.
like 30% longer.
Oh, Sparks was not actually in this commercial. It's a different one.
I couldn't find the one he was really in, so...
Because you're a bad executive producer.
I saw him on campus the other day, but I forgot his name, so...
Pizza Hut guy!
Studio, Ryan Sparks.
Let me just say, I told him to wear his sunglasses.
That's true.
Those are actually Nick's sunglasses.
Are they?
You can tell because they look like they're made of wood, but they're not.
Wait, I actually know 2 Ryan
You
Sparkses.
must feel a lot of pressure on
Sparkses? Sparks Eye?
How do you deal with the paparazzi?
You know, sometimes you just gotta punch them in the face and they go away.
Really?
I know, it sounds violent, but...
I love using acting to flirt with people. It's really fun.
As an
It's just a
excuse.
great
Rule of
excuse.
thumb, if Victoria's ever flirting with you, it's just practice for a play
Yeah,
or something.
she's acting.
Don't hurt yourself.
This is actually how he behaves. It's
And same with Victoria.
No, kind
There
of.
must have been millions of people auditioning.
Millions. No, really. Yeah.
How did you get it? It must have been because you're like really good looking, right?
Steven, want to stop shifting around? It's kind of getting picked up by the mic there.
well,
Well,
Did you get method acting to get into
Just really itchy.
I delivered pizza for about a month before.
You suck.
Yeah,
whole month?
Yeah, a month.
for Pizza
Yeah.
Hut or for something else?
No, for
I'm
Pizza Hut, of
anticipating
course.
the Wanda
That would
Sykes
be completely
joke
different.
because I love it, and I think it's really
Wanda Sykes joke.
non-PC.
Okay.
So like, do you have any interesting
Notice how
stories
much
from
cleaner the
being
desk is
actual
in terms of
Pizza Hut
paper,
delivery
terms of
boy
papers than like
through your
any other
training?
episode.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's just a
actually,
mess.
Don't go to people's houses when they didn't order pizza.
If someone came to my door and gave me a free pizza, I'd take it.
No,
Yeah,
you
you think
wouldn't.
people
You're
Why
right.
would you say
Actually, yeah,
that?
it's a little sketchy.
Well, if it was a Pizza Hut delivery guy.
Yeah, and he was, and yeah.
That's
Right, but
more
then he would
reason to
also
think it's
ask
sketchy.
for money,
I
probably.
know.
I know.
That's like
And if
yeah,
you're not like
People deliver it.
expecting to pay for a pizza,
exactly.
Maybe if they brought cheese.
There's cheese on it.
yeah, this is kind of interesting because Ryan is the Pizza Hut guy in the ad, and Ben and Victoria, little known fact, they're the 2 Domino's employees that got in trouble
once they got
for
over my
like sticking
presence,
cheese up their noses.
You may have seen the
They were
YouTube.
actually-
You may have seen
That's
that.
why they work for us
actually-
now.
I totally would.
So
I know. Surprise
I
yourself.
like Ben's face.
You know, I'm actually.
I know.
All the time, or
Water?
just like in that specific
Yeah.
take?
No. What was the craziest thing that ever
I'm just kidding.
happened to you?
I was referring to
At that
that.
movie or any other
But-
film or TV you've done,
Oh
or
my God.
in bed.
you're just gushing.
Yeah, I just like playing the
Sorry.
flirty gusher.
No, actually, the craziest
Comes
thing that
naturally,
happened
you know?
was on an audition for Flash in the Past.
Really?
Yeah, I ran into Alicia Silverstone in the elevator, and I had no idea it was her.
And I'm sure she threw a hissy fit because Alicia Silverstone is notoriously known for being one of the biggest bitches in Hollywood.
Oh no, she was actually really nice.
Really?
Yeah, so don't talk about her. We're pretty close.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of awkwardly silent for a little
Hey,
bit.
did you guys
Well, I went
know?
through a good character arc. Did you see
yeah, that
that?
was great.
Hey,
Did you guys? I have something to
Victoria's a
say.
theater major.
Did you guys know that the string bean is neither a string nor a bean?
What is it?
It's the unripened fruit of a bean.
Ah,
It's a
Yeah,
what?
it's the unripened fruit of a
where'd you learn
bean.
that from?
It's common knowledge.
No, it's not.
It's,
If it was common knowledge, you would not have said, "Did you guys know?" Expecting none of us to say no.
I expected you to say yes.
So what are you?
Actually, in terms of expecting people to do stuff, let's just do a little thing with our audience right now. We got you guys to pick a number between 1 and 4. Just think 1, 2, 3, or 4. Pick a number. Nick, what number did they pick?
They picked 3, Matt.
A little
They
bit.
did. I can almost guarantee you picked 3.
my favorite
And if you
number.
didn't pick 3, I'm sorry.
Wait, this is my favorite joke
Oh, really?
It's tiny, but
because Wanda Sykes is a lesbian.
Like,
That's the reason why I thought this was really funny. And
Because
then-
lesbians are short.
really?
That would be so
No,
cool.
because-
That's not
You know, I
even in the
wasn't
show.
ready
That's
for
just
this,
like...
No, because I asked him if Wanda Sykes makes passes on him, and he says yes, but she like came out.
Oh.
After she made passes with Ryan
I'm
Sparks.
not surprised it happened. Don't
So,
feel the need to apologize.
but then I also thought it was funny
But,
that we talked
Ryan, in all
about her
seriousness,
being tiny.
You've been
Oh.
a great interview.
It's the most awkward closing ever. Oh, you've
Is
been
that
a great...
awkward?
Yes.
Why?
And then, watch, there's just this awkward silence because we were waiting for Victoria to turn so we could cut to her next shot.
I didn't know
But it's
that.
actually really
no.
funny the way it is.
Right, but it's like, it's really awkward.
But I was trying to make it awkward, though.
Looks awkward.
I wanted it to be awkward.
That was awkward.
For joining us. Lance Bass released a new book detailing
He's so cute in his little
story
spacesuit.
titled
Oh, Matt, do you have a crush?
Matt.
Crushy wushy?
He's made advances on me.
Everyone's made advances on everyone, apparently.
Oh, but he's gay.
Lance has definitely been in true
That's a
inspiration.
joke.
Because of Lance, I was able to muster the courage to tell my moms that I was straight.
The moms hasn't come back.
With the special
yeah.
Well, it was kind of just like a,
Subtle.
boom, we got it, and we're out. You know, you don't want to
I'm
overplay
here
that.
at
I love his
an evening with
voice.
Lance Bass, and I apologize for my inopportune location,
So
Ben.
funny.
But
I'm
apparently
Jacques
Bovard
Michael.
Auditorium
I forgot about
is
this
not
segment.
accepting my press pass.
It's a great segment.
Apparently my press
Who
pass
edited
was
it,
made
Stephen?
by a 4-year-old.
That would be me.
I made that press pass, by the way. I
really
thought
good.
it would work.
But however, Nick does not know his E's correctly, and that's why we decided to show it, because we thought it'd be funny.
No, I'm just a big Eminem fan, and I've always thought that E's go the way that he says they do.
His
So,
fans.
So
We're gonna get the
E's.
inside scoop
What?
into their thoughts and feelings.
Oh,
of tonight's
Eminem, like the
performance.
rapper.
So did he just make all of this up, or did you have something
I had
different to
questions.
read?
We had like 5 questions that he just repeated, and then...
No, but like when he's talking into the camera.
know him?
Oh yeah, if he's talking to the camera, like about half the times it was something scripted, and half the times it was something just made up.
this guy was so great.
That guy was just like,
He was like,
I'm gay.
I cannot believe how awesome he turned out to be.
And also, the reason we chose him is because we
Why
thought
was
he was
he
like
going to
Lance
see Lance
Bass.
Bass if he didn't know who he
Yes.
was?
Because he's probably like trying to impress a girl that he was with.
Oh.
Nick, you weren't, and Steven, you weren't there, so.
I watched all the footage.
Oh.
True.
They kind of do look alike.
They don't.
Watch how shocked
So we had no clue that we would get in. So just watch, just like, oh, I got in.
All right.
So the second we got in, he started talking because we thought we were gonna get kicked out any
This is
second,
very exciting. Hang on to your seats.
and we just kept it going. And they didn't kick us out. Like we're just going there. What are they gonna kick us out?
Kind of reminds me of Michael from The Office right now. Like so impassioned. And,
Or because of the shaky camera.
yeah.
Well, we're here in Bovard
Yes, I love this. I wish you. Is that how you get when you're really excited?
Yes, he gets a boner.
He doesn't actually have a
I
boner.
don't actually have a boner, but my jacket's over my crotch, so it kind of works.
Oh, that's creepy. I never noticed that.
Yeah.
of the decade.
Sick.
So, what would you say?
God, this girl's so
This girl
strong.
talks for like 5 minutes.
Okay, she was awesome. But the thing about her, we were just standing around, and she started like waving. I did the classic like, oh, she's probably waving to someone behind me. Why would this girl be waving?
Okay, I love this line. He gets so
And
excited.
then she's like, no, I want to talk to you. And I got really excited, but then she just wanted to be interviewed. So
Here we go.
This turned out so well. Like we were just like, well, let's film Jack. But just like Jack did a great job.
This is him. False alarm. False
A
alarm.
good line that I don't think I left in there was him saying, I'm actually way more excited than I thought I would
Oh,
be.
that's in there.
He's in there, and I love it.
Let me remind you.
while this girl talks about nothing.
Nothing.
Is here.
And it's funny because it's true. No one wants to see her. I really hope this girl's seen this. That'd be awesome.
Lance Bass is a singer.
Who is she?
Just like some person from like program board, probably.
He sold 25
I love how you just yeah, it's so funny. Because that's so what a reporter would do, too. Just go over what the regular person is saying.
Seen it all, and we're excited to have him here. It's my pleasure to introduce Lance Bass.
Is it?
Oh, there he is.
I love when he describes what he's wearing.
He's sporting a lumberjack shirt. The mohawk look.
I thought it was in. I mean, that was out. It's so funny.
And high heel shoes.
High heel shoes.
Very classy. I am excited. I am really excited. Way more excited than I thought I would.
There it is.
As a true journalist,
I recorded so.
Jack
I recorded.
really did not want to do this.
Yeah, I was like,
Why?
Jack, you're gonna hug him, and
Why
he's
do you
gonna let you
want
be,
to?
and it's gonna be awesome. And he's like, no.
He was just very like.
It was the first thing for the
nervous about
show.
It was our first. I mean, we really hadn't
It
done
was,
anything.
but he's like, I'm like, he's accepting questions. You're gonna ask for a hug, and it's gonna be beautiful. And I twittered about it.
People in DVD land, if
Did you
you
twat about it?
reverse the thing, push that reverse button again, you can see that girl freak out when Jack
the
jumps
stage.
on stage.
I was talking to someone who works there. It's apparently like they just think if you jump on stage, you're gonna break the speakers. Like something like it's gonna trigger a reaction. It's gonna break the
You should have
speakers.
punched Lance.
That would have really been made some news.
Yeah.
deep into the
Penetrating.
and I think we all learned that we have a little Lance Bass.
I love when we
inside
make
ourselves.
jokes.
I'm Jack Michael
We make
for
jokes.
NewsMakers.
That's an
weird.
opium behind him.
Made
It's an R.
That was truly masterful. Jack is a true master of the craft. I don't know why he's here. Here to predict what we'll be reporting on in our next episode of Newsmakers, we now go live to our head newsologist, Nina Pesavento, who uses revolutionary technology.
I can't see my eyes.
Exactly what
They're so small.
That's how eyes work. They see. You don't see eyes.
They're just, when you read the teleprompter, they get really tiny.
It's Nina.
Yay.
About newsology. Now listen up, or I'll make you stand.
I think the thing with Nina is people have to know that her character is like an actor who's trying out all these different characters.
That's how we have
I do think it's like really, really funny.
Different outfit!
I do think it's really funny how like awkward it gets in the later episodes when we don't really explain it earlier in the episode.
Yeah. Because like that's her thing, is that she's an actress like trying out these different characters, but like I don't think we say anything about it in episode 2, and definitely not in episode 3.
Now I want to point.
It matters.
I want to point out what's kind of impressive about Nina's things that don't really come up is she has to do it in one take, and like they're like 2 to 3 minutes long, and like she's not just reading, she just like points stuff out. So
okay, Washington D.C.
It's pretty impressive.
yeah, it's master the craft.
Michelle Obama will announce that she's pregnant.
I love how it's so awkward. I've seen their heads just kind of floating around.
The date will be 9 months from Inauguration Day.
Oh, damn!
Also coming up in next Thursday, Rahm Emanuel, Obama's chief of staff, who has been notorious for throwing out the rule book and taking a no-fly take on his chief of staff position, will announce that he will change his first name to Rambeau.
I just tell other people what to do.
His badass persona.
Cool.
Where to next?
Cool.
L.A. L.A.
In LA Newsology, in an attempt to clean up his image, Christian Bale will announce that.
By the way, you need to check out the Christian Bale and David After Dentist mashup. It is the best video on YouTube ever. It is so hilarious. I watched it like 10 times. I still laugh every single time.
Octomom and Angelina Jolie will announce
I want to point out that we have Octomom jokes in every episode.
Yeah.
She's an easy target.
Comedy gold.
She is. Someone should talk about her plastic surgery,
Nick has, like,
though.
a crush on her.
A little bit. Did you know that octo comes from the Latin word for 8?
Yes.
No, I thought it just like they thought Octomom sounded cool.
That's common knowledge.
Oh.
You should know that. I expected a yes.
She said libel wrong.
I know, libel.
That got me.
That was so funny.
But she's already like
2.5 minutes.
Okay, we'll just go with it.
I think you can kind of hear Ben and I laughing if you listen closely.
Yeah, because your mics are on.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Nina's segment actually is that there's no other people around her to give you a frame of reference of her height. She's not that tall. She's not in like a bad way. Oh yeah. Oh, she could be really tall.
We're all just here at Newsmakers.
Oh, it's really funny.
Someone went pretty fast.
Victoria Rose. News made.
The great face I made.
I love when people throw papers. There's just something novel. The shoes are gone.
The shoes are gone.
What? EP?
Head writer, DeSantis. It was not in the credits, but our head writer is Ghost Rider, played by Nicolas Cage.
I said we just read the credits. James Creech, Nick DeSantis, Nick Elliott.
There's another Victoria? How dare you?
Victoria Avia.
Whoa, that's me.
Crazy.
Where'd you get this music?
I don't want to say.
It's not copyrighted.
It's not.
It's copyright 1909 Trojan Vision.
No, the music.
And bye.